What's good, everybody? Well, today I'm bringing you the update that I hope to not have to bring to you. So, as you know, last episode in this series at me going 143, I said I was purchasing a new starter, new timing chain, and a new battery, I believe. Well, we did all that, and she still won't start. So, right now I'm actually stuck, and I'm at my wit's end with it all. And I'm at the point where I'm like, man, I'm gonna go back to 125, man. And I need to ride. It's almost 3 weeks I've been at a riding, and the part that's ticking me off the most is I did it when I was on a peak. I was starting to scrape, getting comfortable, and then I took myself out of the game. And at that point, I actually had put this off because we were still riding at the lot, and the weather was still right. But the other thing that made me mad about this whole situation, so after this whole thing went on with, everything not starting, put a post up asking. Now, I asked this question before I even decided to do this because my initial idea was to go cheap power. I was initially just going to redo the 125, put a high compression piston in it, redo the valve springs just so that way they were stronger so they could handle higher RPMs, and maybe port the stock head a little bit as much as it could. And that was it. And then everybody was talking me into it, and I saw how much a cylinder was for the Z125, where it's $60 for the Grom. It is not that for the Z. I forget how much it is. But all in all, it was cheaper for me to buy the big bore kit than to try to refresh my 125 top end. So that's the only reason why I got the big bore kit. And everybody was saying that you had to get the race head. And I would always question and ask, can't you use the stock head and just put the jug on it? I see people do it with the Grom and everything. And everybody would say, oh, you have to use the race head. Well, apparently you can use the stock head. The main thing is people say you have to use the race head is because that's where the real power is, because it has larger valves and all that good jazz. I get it. But like I said, initially in this, I was going for cheap power. All I wanted to do was give me a little bit more oomph and grunt on the bottom end, so that way second gears with cage on it would be a little bit easier. That's all I was asking for. So at this point in time, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the flat top piston. Now, I'm making this video before I actually talk to my boys, so this may not happen. I'll make another update video. But my idea right now is to buy the flat top piston, put the stock head on, because we know that head runs. Because for some odd reason, we got spark, we got compression, we got fuel, it just will not fire up. Oh, and this was the other thing I wanted to mention. So in the kit, it comes with a camshaft. Now, with the camshaft, supposedly with these bikes, you can't have them 180 out. Like with some bikes, apparently you can have the camshaft 180 out and it'll affect how it runs. With these, apparently it shouldn't be an issue. Some people were reporting that they did have the issue, whatever. But everybody installs it with the TB facing a certain direction when you put the camshaft in. My camshaft, even if you flip it 180 out, and you should still be able to flip it 180 out and reassemble everything as normal, mine will not reassemble. If you flip it, the threading now, however it's shaped or whatever's going on, is not, it's off by a hair. You cannot thread it in. If we were to try to thread it in, it will cross thread. No joke. So we always keep it the one way, and it just will not start. So my only guess is maybe something's wrong with the camshaft. And if that's the case, then I could buy a new camshaft, but the main thing is I know my top end ran with the camshaft that I have in it. It's a TB camshaft. I did upgrade that. So, I had no issues with it. So one thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, I'll probably keep the race head for a little bit, and I've been pondering it, whether or not, I'll hold on to it. And since I've been there with him so many times, taking the top end apart and putting it back together, I know how to do it now. So in the long run, I'm thinking to myself, maybe I'll keep it, and when I recoup some funds after all of this, then buy a new camshaft and see if that is the case. It's just right now I'm not trying to pour in any more money without knowing for sure that the bike is going to run. So that's why I'm going back to the stock head. I know that top end will run. But yeah, that's what's going on right now in this 143 build. I've been out of riding for about 2 and some change weeks now, and it's killing me. And I'm at the point now I just want to get the bike up and running. I need to get back out there. No matter how cold it is, I'm going to be at the lot. I've already decided. I got goals. I'm on a mission. I will be at the lot. But yeah, if I got any other news, like I said, I'll do another video. If you're enjoying this series so far, if you even want to call it a series, definitely hit that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, stick around. Once I get everything all worked out, I'll definitely let you guys know what it is that I went with as far as stock head or not, camshaft or not. Like I said, I spoke to my boy. We are trying to see if we can get to somebody that maybe has a camshaft that we could try out to see if that is the issue. Because if it is, then I'll keep the race head. But if we can't get a camshaft local somewhere for the 143 setup, the worst part is, warning, if you're buying these parts, and I know you might think like, oh, I'll buy it, try it out, and I can return it. No. If you read on their pages, they have to be in the original packaging, even if you did want to send it back. So you can't even open it. So if you buy anything off of TV Parts or any of those websites, just keep that in mind. I wasn't thinking of returning anything, but I just looked into it just for the heck of it. I was just like, what is the return policy on parts? And yeah, that's it. Pretty much has to be in this packaging. I did write them a long email explaining everything that was done and explaining everything with the camshaft. And I'm hoping to hear back from them, which is why I say what happens here may be altered later, because if I hear back from them and they're willing to take me up on my offer, which is me sending back the camshaft, since it does seem to be a little off, and them sending me another one to try out, we're definitely going to give that a try. But I'm probably going to order the piston, the flat top piston, to put the stock head back on just in case, and I just won't open it. So then that way, if it does work with the camshaft that they send me, I can send the piston back. But at this point, I'm rambling actually, so I'll close this video out. We will be back in contact, and just wish myself and Ruthie luck. She needs all of your bike prayers. So until next time, you know where to find me. I'll be back at y'all. Peace.